We'll demonstrate the functionality of our e-stop. If we press the e-stop, you can clearly hear the machine go into a fault state. The interface itself tells you that faults exist and that one or more e-stops have been pressed. We can release the e-stop by turning the button, reset our faults, and then reinitiate control power. In looking at our HMI screen, we have a status bar seeing that faults exist, that one or more e-stops have been pressed. So we want to make sure that we release the e-stop, reset our faults, and then initiate control power. At this point, the wrapper would be ready to go into automatic mode, which we could do by pressing and holding cycle start. We're not going to do that right now. We're going to go through some of the other features of the HMI menus. Within this home screen, we have a rewrap button, a cycle stop. We can home the machine. We can turn on and off the reinforced wrap feature. We can reject the current load. We can also bypass the incoming load. If we go to our wrapper jogging screen, we can test our beacon on top of the panel. We can jog our carriage up or down, home the machine. We can jog our wipe down or wipe down and cutting arm mechanism. We can jog our brush and cutter. We can also toggle our film clamp. You can also see here that we have a status bar that shows us the current state of our folding film clamp. If we go into our menu screen, you can see that we have a number of buttons here that will take us into different menus. Our wrapper takes us back to our home screen. Our pattern button allows us to set the wrap recipe or wrap pattern, and standard machine has up to 9 patterns, and we can also add more patterns if the application dictates. Whatever pattern is currently running is also the pattern that, should we make any changes to the wrap setup, top wraps, bottom wraps, up speed, down speed, timers, whatever different variables might be included in that pattern, it will only change for the active pattern. So right now pattern 1 is active. If I change to pattern 0, then any changes I would make from that point forward would then be only saved to pattern 0. We also have the ability to name the patterns. So right now we have pattern 0 through 9. I can also go into pattern 0, and then it pulls up an alphanumeric keypad where we can enter product data or series or whatever we might need to be able to put a custom name on that pattern. System info gives us our serial number. We can also look at our I/O status. User setup allows us to set our top wraps, set our bottom wraps, set carriage up and down delays, set our carriage up speed and down speed, maintenance setup allows us to adjust certain timers. This would be things that affect our film delivery, affect the amount of film that we send over the top of the load. It also affects, say, our broken film delay, along with other timers that, really all the timers that are required to set the machine up are programmed through the interface. There is zero need for maintenance people to actually go into the PLC and change timer values through a hard connection. We have a conveyor screen that shows the current state of our different conveyor zones. We can jog forward, jog reverse, and bypass light curtains. We also show our fault history. We can also reinforce wrap and have the ability to set different layers, set the position of that layer with teach buttons, and then set how many wraps we want at that layer. We also give production data in terms of lifetime count, cycle count, which can be reset, RPM, cycle rate, etc.